And after we hear the first full sound, we have the time to enjoy 3 in-breath and 3 out-breath. And the practice can go very deep. Breathing in, you might like to say, I listen, I really listen. I listen with all my body, with every cell of my body. I invite all my ancestors to listen with me. My children and their children, although they have not manifest, but they are already in me, I invite all of them to listen with me. So the whole cosmos is listening. I listen, I really listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. I listen, I really listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. My true home is not the past. My true home is not the future. The past and the future, they are only phantom, ghosts. My true home is the present moment. So the sound of the bell brings you home to the present moment. And your in-breath and your out-breath help bring you home to the present moment. And you touch the wonders of life in the present moment. And as a bell master, you know that people need time to enjoy the 3 breathings. There are those whose in-breath and out-breath are longer than ours. So it's safe for the bell master to allow some extra seconds so that everyone has plenty of time to enjoy the 3 in-breath and out-breath. So your in-breath may last 3 or 4 seconds or more. Your out-breath may last longer, 5, 6 seconds. And you enjoy your in-breath, you enjoy your out-breath 3 times. And then you allow a few more seconds. You are compassionate as a bell master because you really want people to really enjoy. Because a breathing like that is very enjoyable. It brings peace, calm, pleasure to you. And then you invite the bell to sound for the second time. And then again, 3 in-breath, 3 out-breath. And then the third big sound. And again, the 3 in-breath and out-breath. And then you can put the inviter down and you bow to the bell. There is a mini bell. Anyone has? Privilege during the time for walking meditation. We usually stop when we hear the church bell ringing. Each hamlet is surrounded by villages, and each village has a church, and people still invite church bell to ring at noon time. So during the walking, if we hear the sound of the church bell, we also stop and enjoy breathing in and out. This is a small bell that you might like to have in your home to practice. And you might like to put it, it has a cushion also. But you might like to put it on the palm of your hand. You can visualize your hand as a lotus flower. And this is a jewel in the heart of the lotus flower. And you might like to hold it like this on the level of your eyes. You look at it and you practice mindful breathing with the gatha. Body, speech, and mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of this bell. May all of you who listen to me awaken from your forgetfulness and transcend the path of anxiety and sorrow. And you invite the half sound. And you breathe in and out and allow people to prepare themselves for the reception of the sound. And you invite the bell to sound. So, as a practitioners, we can breathe in such a way that peace could penetrate deep into each cell of our body. And this is possible. We allow all the cells in our body to listen, not just our mind. The mind is made also with cells called mental formations. And whatever mental formation is there in us, we allow it to listen to the bell. Whether it is worry or anger or fear or attachment, we allow the mental formation in us. We invite them to listen to the bell with us. And everyone will profit. Like a flower is made of non-flower elements, we are made of non-us elements. We are made with ancestors, culture, food, air, water, and so on. So we are made of form, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. I invite every component to listen to the bell deeply. And there is a way of listening that can bring peace deeply into every cell of your body and your mind. When we practice mindful walking, we do the same. We really walk with our body and with our mind together. And we should be fully present in every step. We should be there in every step, fully present. are really there. When you are alone, you might like to try the slow walking. When you breathe in, just make one step. And when you breathe out, just make one step. You can afford to do it very slowly because you are alone. You can be as slow as you can afford to be as slow as you want. Breathing in, you might like to say, I have arrived. I have arrived. It means I have arrived in the present moment, in the here and the now. And this is not a verbal declaration. It is a realization. You have to really arrive. It means that you have to be able to stop completely the course. We know that the course goes on even when you sleep. In your dream, you continue to run. So you recognize the habit of energy of running in us. So this step is to stop it. I have arrived. I don't run anymore. I don't want to run anymore. I have arrived means that I don't want to run anymore. I have been running all my life. Now I want to stop and enjoy life in the present moment. So I have arrived has a very deep meaning, a deep intention. I have arrived. And make the step in such a way that you can truly arrive. That is a challenge. And if you have truly arrived, you would know. You don't need a Buddha to tell you. In order to truly arrive, you need strong mindfulness and concentration. You need to invest 100% of your body and your mind into making the step in order to truly arrive. In order to arrive 100%, you should invest 100% of your body and 100% of your mind. It means your mindfulness, your concentration should be strong in order to really arrive in the here and the now. And if you feel that you have not arrived 100%, you have arrived something like 40%, or 60%, don't make another step. Just stay there until you arrive. Challenge yourself. Continue to breathe. This is a revolution. Challenge yourself. If you cannot arrive now, when will you arrive? You are a gentleman. You are a lady. And you challenge yourself. If I cannot arrive now, when shall I be able to arrive? So stay there until you feel that you have completely arrived. And the whole cosmos will witness to that kind of arrival. You print the seal of arrival on the ground. And all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and living beings know that this is true arrival. You have truly arrived. And when you have been able to arrive completely like that, smile. Smile a smile of victory. And make another step. If you can make one step, you can make 2 and 3. But the essential is that you succeed in making the first step, arriving. So I have arrived. Should not be a declaration, a verbal declaration. That should be a full realization. And you have to be very mindful of your step, of your breath. You have to invest 100% of your body and your mind into making that step so that you can truly arrive. And that we can afford to do. Because we can always afford 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do slow walking meditation. Or you choose one distance from this tree to the other rock, maybe 10 or 15 steps. And you can enjoy every step from the rock to the tree, from the tree to the rock. Learning to touch deeply the present moment. I have arrived. I am home. My home is not the past. My home is not the future. My home is in the here and the now. And walking like that is a wonderful way to learn stopping. Stopping is a very important part of the practice of meditation. When you truly arrive, you don't feel the present moment boring anymore. In fact, you get in touch with all the wonders of life that are there. The energy of mindfulness and the energy of concentration help you to touch really the present moment. And when you touch the present moment, you touch all the wonders of life. You find out that the Pure Land of the Buddha or the Kingdom of God is available in the here and the now. For Buddhist practitioners, I would say that if you are looking for the Pure Land, look for it in the here and the now. The Pure Land is now or never. For Christian friends, I would tell them that if they are looking for the Kingdom of God, look for it in the here and the now. And I tell them the kingdom is now or never. And that is why the present moment is a door opening to every wonder, including the Kingdom of God, the Pure Land of the Buddha. The Buddha Jesus. Your freedom, your happiness should also be found in the present moment. And that is why the practice, the true practice should help you to go home to the present moment. The path of the Buddha can be understood in terms of energy. And we know that the energy of mindfulness is the kind of energy that we have to generate during our practice. This is the basic practice. Mindfulness is the kind of energy that helps us to be there, established in the present moment. Mindfulness helps bring the mind back to the body. Mindfulness helps us to be truly present, to be truly alive, and to touch the wonders of life that are available in the present moment. Mindfulness helps us to be aware of what is going on, our happiness and also our suffering. Because mindfulness helps us to handle our happiness and to handle our suffering, to handle the suffering of the world and to work for the happiness of the world. And the energy of mindfulness carries with her the energy of concentration. When you are mindful of something, you are somehow concentrated on that thing. If you preserve your mindfulness, if you maintain your mindfulness alive on something, you'll be concentrated on that. And the more you are concentrated on that, you are more mindful on that. So the two kind of energies support each other. And when your mindfulness and concentration are powerful enough, you begin to get insight. Insight is enlightenment, is understanding. And you don't have to practice 8 years in order to get enlightenment or insight. Insight can be our daily business. Whenever there is mindfulness, there is already some insight. Suppose you are breathing in, and because you are breathing in mindfully, mindful breathing is only inside. Because everyone is breathing, but not everyone is aware that they are breathing in. And you are aware that you are breathing in, that is already insight. That is already enlightenment. That is already awakening. And when you breathe in mindfully, you can realize that you are alive. Because if you were not alive, you will not be breathing in. So breathing in mindfully, you get insight that you are alive. Still alive. And to be alive is something very important. It's a miracle. It's the greatest of all miracles. That to be alive is great. And you can rejoice life. And you can breathe in such a way that your in-breath is a kind of celebration. You celebrate your being alive by your in-breath. So the practice of mindful breathing can be very deep because it brings mindfulness, it brings concentration, and it brings insight. And with insight, we know what to do and what not to do, what to say and what not to say, what to think and not what to think. And that is why the three kinds of energies that you generate in your practice are the foundation of all kind of ethics. You cannot speak about morality. You cannot speak about a code of behavior. You cannot speak of Buddhist ethics without speaking of mindfulness, concentration, and insight. It is with the energy of mindfulness, concentration, and insight that you can build a path. You can find a path. You can build a path. You can offer a path for humanity, a path that will lead to peace and happiness, a path of transformation and healing. And that is why it's so important that we reflect on the subject of global ethics in terms of the practice. The practice, our basic practice, is the practice of generating the energy of mindfulness, of concentration, of insight. And insight will bring compassion, bring love, bring harmony, bring peace. The word morality, ethic, the equivalent in Chinese is đạo đức. Đạo đức. Đạo is the path, the way. We are talking about the path of the Buddha, the way of the Buddha. And we know already that the way of the Buddha is made of mindfulness, concentration, and insight. So simple, so easy. And we have heard of the Noble Path, the Eight Noble Path. But the word Tao, in the Chinese and Vietnamese culture, also means the truth. Not only the way, but the truth. When we say realizing the path, it means that to attain the truth. So Tao means the path and also the truth. And sometimes it means the ultimate reality. Đức, virtue. Like forgiveness, like compassion, like tolerance, like brotherhood, sisterhood, all the good things that we all need. So the path should be able to produce the kind of virtues that will help us to transform and to bring a happy life to everyone. And in this retreat, we will discuss, we will learn about the teaching of the Four Noble Truths. Because the teaching on the Four Noble Truths is the foundation of the Buddhist teaching. It consists of the first truth, which is ill-being. The second truth is the making of ill-being. The third truth is the cessation of ill-being. And the fourth is the path leading to the cessation of ill-being. And this is also called a path, the Eight Noble Path. The first thing you should say about this teaching is that the main concern of the Buddha is to how to handle ill being. Ill being is a reality. There is suffering inside, and there is suffering around us. And instead of discussing about how the world was created, how long this world can last, and so on, the Buddha would like to draw our attention to the fact that suffering is there, and we can do something in order to relieve the suffering in us and around us. So that is the first characteristic of the first teaching given by Buddha. How to handle suffering, how to handle ill being in us and in the world. And this is the beginning of the Buddhist teaching on global ethics.